Right, okay, and welcome to my latest video. I'm just brought myself out onto Cannock Chase this morning. It's not too bad a day. We had a few drops of rain a short while ago, just as I left the house, but I got here and it's cleared up. So what I've done, I've got myself a brew on, I've got myself my GoBag for radio equipment, and I wanted to have a quick rundown with it now, just to see whether I've got everything that I would need, should I need this GoBag. So I designed this GoBag for general use really. I'm not expecting particularly to have to cater for the apocalypse or for any sort of major disasters. It's more for having a bag with me which I can just set up and have full two-way communications from everything that's in the bag. One of the criteria is that whatever's in the bag and whatever you have, it has to enable you to stay on the air for quite some time. So we're looking at ways of charging the batteries, ways of keeping everything working, making a bit of a station, setting up a bit of a station if you like. So that's what the idea was. So let's have a look at the bag. So this is the bag I put together. Now you would have seen this in one of my previous videos. Not much has changed from here, but I do find that if you're going to be making a kit similar to this, it's all very well having a bag and having other stuff, but it's knowing how to use it and what you're going to do with it should the need arise. So like I say, we're not looking at any end of the world kind of disaster scenarios. It's just having what we need. Okay, so first things first, we have a Bofeng. This is the UV5RE. We have a 888 Bofeng, 16 channel, already programmed. I have certain frequencies that I use. Also, I've got it programmed to some PMRs as well. So all my radios are pretty much laid out the same. So I know they will all work with each other. I've got another 888. So ideal if we're doing car-to-car communications, okay? Say we're on a trip somewhere. Right, we have a charger. Again, it's going to be best if we keep things tidy, and I clearly haven't done so. So let's put that into its charger there. We've got another charger here. This again is for the 888, the Bofeng. Now what I've done, I've swapped around a lot of my chargers to ones with USB sockets on or plugs on, so I can actually charge these up via USB, which will be useful, and I'll show you a bit more of that later on. So I've got here a mag mount antenna. It's a very short little quarter wave mag mount. That will plug into any of these radios, but it's dual bands. It'll do any of the radios, VHF, UHF, or these UHF radios here. What else? Right, okay, so now I've got a charger for the Bofeng, the UV5R, which is that one. Now this one, again, doesn't come with a charger in the base unit. Normally you come with a mains adapter to plug it into your wall. I've bought myself some USB charger leads, all right? So I can charge this up quite easily with USB. Takes a little bit longer, but not that much longer. And for adaptability, I can plug it into this cigarette lighter adapter and charge it from the car. And again, that adapter will work with any of these radios that I need to charge. I've got another spare charger there for the rear of this. Not sure why. I think at one point during building this kit I had two UV5Rs in, and I think that's probably surplus. Another useful feature as well is this battery. It's like a replacement for a battery. Plug straight into your cigarette lighter plug, and you can power your battery straight up from that. So I've also got myself this four-way adapter. So this will split four cigarette lighter plugs from a one plug, which is a common plug that I use for all my radio stuff, and this is one of the power pole connectors, 30 amp power pole, because the battery pack that I used to carry in here had one of these adapters coming out. So using the portable battery, I could easily connect this, providing me with more power. Unfortunately, I don't have that battery pack anymore. It's quite badly damaged. However, I do have this 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter, which gives me two of these outputs. So I can connect that like so, plug that into your cigarette lighter of your car, and you've got four chargers, four outputs there. Okay, I have extension lead. This is from one of my old Yaesus. I think it was the 8900. It's a spare power cord, which again I've kept it. It's got inline fuses and it's got the power pole connectors on the ends. So again, that will help me extend things if I need to. Sat nav. This is a very basic, it's an old TomTom. It does work, but it's not been updated for probably about 5 or 6 years. But you know what, the main roads are still going to be on there, so you know, why not have it? Rather than doing nothing in the house, pop it along. Mains adapters, so I've got mains chargers here, so should I need to charge any of these inside a house where there's a main supply, I've got the adapter to do that there. Antennas, I've got 2 of these spares. It's just the 2, yes. These are the Nagoya NA771s dual band, just to help with the range. The stock antennas you get with a lot of these aerials, the stock antennas you get with a lot of these radios aren't all that good. These will just help give you a little bit more range. So always useful to have just the 2 of those. Oh, okay, so this is the power lead for the TomTom. It's got the old style USB plug on it. Right, I do have another spare antenna. This is a spare antenna. This is a dual band. It's just a smaller version of that. This was originally one of the stock antennas, I think from a Wuxon radio. I had an old Wuxon. I think it's pronounced Wuxon. That's what that's for. But again, it's a spare. These aren't very good antennas. And should I need to, I can always upgrade it to that one if I want. A spare patch lead. There'll be a reason for that. At one point, whilst having this kit together, I actually had a power meter, swarm meter and stuff as well. That's what that's in there for. Obviously, I have no need or use for that. I've got nothing compatible with that at the moment. Fist microphone. This says a Kenwood, but it's not a Kenwood. It's a cheap version, but it's a Kenwood style plug-on, so that will work with any of these radios. Another version, again compatible with any of these. I have a 12 volt adapter plug there. This will give me anything from 1.5 volts to 12 volts. Again, that could be used for this should I need it. So if I needed to charge up several radios, I could potentially charge that up using this lead, and then with this being USB, the USB adapter, I could take off this and connect it to one of these, so you got the capability then of charging a couple of radios at the same time. Headlight torch, very useful. You never know, it might be dark when you come to do your tests and your work. It's not a brilliant one. It is waterproof and dust proof. It's a nice one. It's not a spotlight though, so this won't floodlight the whole area. What this will do is just enable me to see what I'm doing sort of straight in front of me, and that'll work well. Kind of surplus for my camping gear, that's why it's in. This is an adapter lead. You can get these 12 volt jump starters, these very small. Are they LiPo with the LiPo batteries in? Well, that's the output for one of those. And then again, all my stuff's compatible with plugging into there. Right, kettle's boiling. Going to make a quick brew. Get back to you. Okay. Also, I have another small LED light. Again, it's handy for short spaces. Keep it as a spare one. And I have spare batteries, so I have AAA batteries and I have AA batteries there. What else have we got? Okay, so I've got some spare power pole adapters here, and I've got a spare converter. So we have on the Bofang aerials, or Bofang radios, the antennas require these small SMA plugs. Well, I've got a converter here for small SMA male to female for PL259, and then spare plugs for power poles, should I need to make any more of these power pole connectors up. Electrical insulation tape, notepad and an instruction book. So this instruction book then, this is the basically the instructions for the UV5Rs. Now I've got most of the frequencies that I use ready programmed into these radios, but there will be occasions whereby if I'm out and about, or I'm part of another team, or I'm part of an event going on, that I might need to change and to program it onto like another repeater or something. although I know how to do that and I can manually program one of these radios without any difficulty, you know, when you're under a bit of pressure or something you just forget, you can't quite remember how to do something, it's useful to have that point of reference. Notepad, ideal if you need to make notes of times, dates, events, frequencies, locations, anything like that. That's what we have. So here we go. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I probably won't even use. So this is why it's useful to experiment and play along sort of as we are. So what I'm going to try and do is to have a bit of a play around and just try and make a few contacts and see how we get on and see how well that works. Battery's dead. Right, okay, first botchum. First problem, battery's completely dead. That's no good. Do I have a spare one of those with me? No, I don't. Right, okay. Let's try and get that on charge. Can't do it. Right, okay, so I've just turned on the ignition to the car for a short while. I've got a cigarette lighter adapter in the boot, so I've now just put this on charge. So, okay, so that's powered up, but obviously it's completely flat. Right, okay, so there's the first learning curve. Now, as a rule, every month or two, I kind of go through all my kit bags, recharge the batteries, make sure the programming's correct, because every now and again I'll program my radio slightly different, so I'll use different frequencies, and sometimes I'll change the CTSS codes. So I always have a bit of a play. And one thing that I thought I did do, is to check the battery on the 5R. And these batteries last months and months without going flat if they're not being used. And this is completely flat. So I don't know what's happened there. It's not broken, it is working, it's powered up now, I've just got no blobs. Won't transmit, power's too low. So, I don't know what's happened, but again, that's a learning curve, that's something to make a note of. So, won't always have my battery in the car with me. So there's something interesting. So what am I going to do to charge these, and how can I charge these up if I don't have my car? Supposing I've been dropped off at a point in the middle of Cannock Chase or out and about, or I've had to, in fact, in a disaster or an emergency, leave my car, take my radio GoBag, take it with me, completely dead. Are these working?
Power on, 13. Power on, 16. 13.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Right, so we've got power on the Bofeng, but that's only with frequencies that I use on a day-to-day basis, which I know are charged. So, not much use to me for calling for help, is it? Can't access any local repeaters with those. I don't have any 70cm repeaters programmed into there. And I don't have any near me anyway. So basically everything has to go on hold whilst we wait for that to charge. Okay, right, so putting that aside, again, this battery eliminator is useful. I could use this now. I could actually power straight from the car, couldn't I? Plugging that in. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So using this adapter, I will put that in there. Plug that in there. Let's tidy this up a bit. These batteries aren't much good, are they? What am I going to use these in? I could probably use the double or the triple A's in this head torch, but I don't need double A's with me. So that's gone. Don't need that. Don't need that for the moment. Don't need that either. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so this is on charge. Can't use that at the moment. Let's take the battery off. Right, battery's on charge now. Let me plug this on. And then I'm going to take supply from here. Perfect, we're powering up, full power. Okay, so let's go into frequency mode. And try calling for anyone on the calling channel. CQ, 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 CQ. This is 2E0 KBA portable. 2 Echo 0, Kilo Bravo Alpha portable. Calling CQ, CQ any stations. Going to open up the squelch a little bit there. We're on squelch 4. Two E0 KBA, 2E0 KBA calling CQ, CQ portable. 2E0 Kilo Bravo Alpha portable on Cannock Chase calling CQ to any stations. Right, stock antenna, let's get rid of. Let's try that again with slightly better. And I say slightly, not an awful lot. CQ, 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 CQ. This is 2E0 KBA portable. 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase calling CQ to any stations. Nothing heard. CQ on 2 meters, CQ on 2 meters. This is 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase. 2 Echo 0 Kilo Bravo Alpha on Cannock Chase portable calling CQ to any stations. Okay, so nothing at all coming through from there. So an option would be, looking at my surroundings, maybe go somewhere a little bit higher and try that. I can't at the moment because I'm stuck to the car. So there you go. Right, let's try 7 centimeters. Let's try calling channel on 7 centimeters. CQ, 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 CQ. This is 2E0 KBA portable. 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase calling CQ to any stations. I don't really use 7 centimeters very often. It's not one of my favourite bands, but we'll give it a try. CQ, 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 CQ. This is 2E0 KBA portable. 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase calling CQ any stations. CQ, 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 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase, 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase, calling CQ to any stations. Try 2 meters again. CQ on 2 meters, CQ on 2 meters, this is 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase, 2E0 KBA portable on Cannock Chase, calling CQ to any stations. Okay, so nothing heard there at all. Let's just have a quick scan up, see whether there's anyone talking on any station we can have a quick chat with. Right, so I'm guessing with the fact that I'm using quite a small antenna, I am low down and I am miles away from anywhere. They're all contributing factors towards the fact that I'm not making any contact at all. I'm sure if I got into the car and used the car radio, my 7800, my Yaesu, I'd make contact. But that's not what the idea is. Right, back on 2 meters calling channel. Right, so there you go, guys and gals. First lesson there, isn't it? So preparedness, and something's gone wrong. So it's not ultimately the end of the world. So we can charge the battery because I've got the car with me. But like I say, how would I charge that if I was answered about? I wouldn't be able to. I can't see any way at all that could be charged. I have no solar. I have no portable battery pack. I have a battery pack, a spare one at home, a USB charger for my old phone. That would power these up or at least charge them. But ultimately, it's a bit of a letdown today. Well, I didn't expect it to fail quite so soon, I'll be honest. So for car-to-car use then, so supposing we don't need to abandon the car, I don't need to use my dual band. Supposing we just wanted communications one person to another, okay, great, these are powered up, these are working. For distance, car to car, we can keep these on, they're nice and small, but for longer distance, if we're having to leave the car or leave a camp, we could just plug in one of these just to help extend the range.
Power on. 10,
Just see if there's anyone on the other
9,
PMR frequencies.
8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16.
Okay, so yeah, that's an option, and then they can be charged nicely. How frustrating. Right, okay, so comms haven't helped me. So my primary method of communication at the moment is my mobile phone. So phone, where are we? Right, I've got my mobile phone. Battery's on 15%, so that's not looking too good. I've got no 4G. Struggling for telephone signal at all. Would this phone work? Would it let me down? Could I rely on this for comms? I don't know. So secondary communication, radio. Right, okay. So I think I've learned quite a bit there then, haven't I? So what I need to do is to perhaps maybe, if I don't keep the battery on the radio, maybe keeping the battery on the radio's helped it to lose its power. Maybe you should take the batteries off when they're not in use. I've never known that happen before though. It's not something that's it's happened. It's normally worked absolutely fine for up to 6 months at a time. But maybe that's a contributing factor, I don't know. So that's one lesson, that's one thing that we can do then, start taking the battery off the radios. And definitely having maybe 2 batteries. I have spare batteries at home, why not have 2 batteries? So you can keep one on charge whilst you're using the other, should this sort of thing happen. That's an option. So certainly having a USB battery pack with me is definitely something that I need. That's what I need for this kit. Also, I didn't mention before, but I've got my notepad, I've got my instruction manuals. Don't actually have a pen, so I can't even write anything down. So I've got no pen. I've got connectors so I can make up some leads, but I don't have a knife to cut any cables with. In my car, I've got my car tool bag. It's one of these bags, same principle, and that's got equipment in. But I don't want to take 2 bags with me. The idea is you have one bag, you grab it and you go. That's failed. Failed quite miserably within the first few minutes. So there we go. What else was there? Yeah, so spare batteries needed, pens needed. I think a bigger notebook's going to be needed as well. Also, I've got some ham radio repeaters programmed into the radios, but not as many as I could probably do with. So I think what I need to do is to make a list of a few more repeaters. So more repeaters, more batteries, rechargeable battery pack, and potentially I've got some small solar panels that will fold up and fill into that bag nicely on a nice sunny day like this. Now that could be resting against a tree, just keeping things powered up and charged. So that's another thing that I'm going to have to look at, I think. On the positive, I do have plenty of gas, I have plenty of water and plenty of coffee. So what more can you want? Okay, so another thought I've had then is antennas. These antennas are better than the basic antennas that come with the radio, the stock antennas or the dummy loads as people call them, but still not really great, especially if you're not in a position to be able to move. So what I could also do with, I think, is an external antenna, an additional antenna, that again, it's got to be small enough to fit into this bag. So I'm thinking about making a J-pole, you know, these J-pole antennas people make out of feeder cable. A couple of meters, 5 or 6 meters of coax, a bit of string, plenty of trees around me, I think I could easily throw a bit of string with a stone in the end over a branch and raise up a J-pole antenna. That would certainly increase the range because it'd be higher and it's a much more efficient antenna as well than these. So that's something I think I need to look at as well. That would take up no space in the bag at all. And again, it would make life a lot more simple. So yeah, so antenna and battery pack. That's what's let me down today. Right, okay, well listen, there's no point in hanging around anymore. I'm not going to make any contacts where I am with the kit I've got. I need to readdress this and then try this again at another time. One last thought, let me just try any local repeaters, just to see whether I can hit a repeater. There's a couple that I'd imagine, be able to reach. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. This is 2E0 KBA, checking for access. Two E 0 KBA, checking for access. So I'm trying the Stafford repeaters. I normally pick up Stafford from where I live, and I am in between Stafford and Cannock. I don't know which one this is. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. So I've got GB3 VT. Offhand, I can't think. I can't think where that is. Oh, battery's gone off. Can't think where that one is. Again, I could do with a list, a repeater list really. GB3MI, checking for access on repeater, 2E0 KBA. Two E0 KBA, checking for access. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. So that's GB3BX, I can't remember again. GB3WK. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. Just going through the list that's on programmed here. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. So Wolverhampton, I might be able to get Wolverhampton from here. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. That's GP3ZI. 2E0 KBA, checking for access. I think that's the 7cm repeater in Stafford, is it? ZI. And then back to MR, which I've already done, and let's see, Stoke. 2E0 KBA, checking access. I'm going to get Stoke from here. Oh, GB3SM. 2E0 KBA, portable, Cannock Chase in Staffordshire. Just wondering if there's anyone on for a radio report. Got quite a good signal in from that repeater. GB3SM. Two E0 KBA, portable and Cannock Chase, standing by for any calls. Okay, so that's one positive thing. So we know we're getting out, we know we're actually working. How much better would it be though with a proper antenna? Or in fact, that tiny little mag mount situated at the centre of the car. Okay. Right. Right then, so there we go guys. That's today's fun and games. I need to get back, redesign this bag, not verbal. I've made some notes as to changes and alterations I need to make and things that I can do to improve this bag and improve my efficiency as an operator. So you need to first of all be able to get on the air. That's the first thing. Well, I failed miserably because I couldn't. Once you're on the air, you need to stay on the air. Once you're on the air and you've managed to retain or maintain your contact, you then need to be able to operate as an operator. and have something to write with and something to write on. Half of that is failed because I didn't have a pen or a pencil with me, so that's gone horribly wrong as well. And how long is all this sustainable for? Not long at all. So we've got some areas to work on. Right, let's get all this stuff collapsed, get back home, start redesigning. Also, I'm going to rebag some of these things because things are just kind of thrown in a little bit here. And it's not very good or neat. I'm allowed to keep things neat if I can. So let's work on this. Right then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.